mama never had no problem making my bed. I be beating them cause they
good afternoon, everyone. And to bring y'all a good afternoon cheer. Yeah, so I hope this afternoon finds you well. I don't need to go. I don't need to second job around about it. Let me get on right into it. Okay. So I had been hearing stuff about the Woman King movie. The Woman King movie, you know, that in reference to the title. You know, and you know, we go by the adage, don't judge a book by its cover. But you could pretty much judge this book by its cover. It was deemed to, in my mind, it was deemed to be a woman's empowerment film. You know, and in the name of women's empowerment, there almost always must be some black male oppression to the black female contingent. When depicted in such finance movies as the Woman King was. So, you know, I expected, this is what I expected from the movie. And living in the metaverse world age, you know, I kind of expected there would be lots of debates in regards in reference to the film and the film's title. So, you know, I had shared a post from esteemed and well-respected actor Hawthorne James, you know, most commonly known as Big Red from the movie The Five Heartbeats. And he had gave his critique in regards to how the name was written and how it was just pretty much subtle propaganda that would be utilized to undermine the positive black male image, the positive black masculine image, black male image. So, you know, I said, okay, you know, I had a good long discussion on it. Now I've been saying to myself, you know, and this is the reason why I had began making these videos in such a fervent manner, that I was going to avoid doing the typing back and forth debate thing online, because it's oftentimes non-constructive and very much so time-consuming. But we discussed that most of the weekend, and much to chagrin of the laundry I needed to do and a little house cleaning I needed to do, you know, while I'm off of work, it was neglected. So a couple of times I kept hearing the same thing being brought up. They were saying, you know, how are you critiquing a movie and you haven't even seen the movie? You know, and that's a reasonable argument. You know, that's very much fair. So, you know, and as in many cases, I don't really consume that much media in the way of movies and stuff like that now. You know, because it's pretty much, once you know what Hollywood is, you know, things like this don't surprise you when they happen. But I said, okay, I'm gonna acquiesce. I acquiesced, and I said I'm gonna check out this movie. Now, within the first 15 minutes, you know, the part where I said that it's going to be pretty much going to portray black masculinity as highly toxic and very oppressive. You know, in the first 15 minutes of the film, it seemed as if, let's see here, what happened. A daughter, I mean, this is history. This is history given. A daughter was attempted to be sold off to a very rich man, and this rich man was old and unattractive, but he was very wealthy, and he immediately smacked the girl. So there you go, the domestic violence aspect of it. He immediately smacked the girl. And the girl pushed him down in an act of rebellion, you know, righteous rebellion, which is fair. You know, she ain't never met this rich guy, but I guess it's part of the tradition and the culture of the motherland of Africa. That, you know, when you get chose and your old man takes your dowry or whatever offering, then you were supposed to go regardless. But she rebelled against the rich guy, and the rich guy rejected her, said she is hopeless or something of that nature. But he's the abusive guy. So then, you know, the next scene is the father says, you know, you are hopeless or worthless or whatever, and he goes about taking her to the king's gates and abandoning her. Now, mind you, later on in the movie, you're going to find out that he adopted the girl and raised the girl until she was 18. But he had it was portrayed as if that was villainous, that he would take her to the castle or whatever. Then there, of course, and I imagine there were eunuchs, and I thought that eunuchs were more in the kingdoms of those who were considered Arabian or Indian, the Middle Eastern kingdoms, where the Muslim kingdoms, where they cut off the penises of those who males that worked within the confines of the of the castle. But I may be wrong. But between that, but in the next scene, the main character and I guess the women within the king's compound, because you see a whole bunch of the women are beautiful. Hey, one thing I said the cinematography is great because the women in the movie are beautiful. Within the confines of the castle, you don't really see any. You don't see any men, obvious, because I guess men are not necessarily supposed to be within the confines of the castle. But you really don't see men much of anywhere within the movie. So, and I may be imagining, you may see men that they're being on the other side of the protagonist, where they may be called upon to fight or called upon to help train the women, whatever. But so be it. Okay, so yeah, and I said that the fighting scenes, the cinematography, the scenes and the costumes and all that shit was fire. I ain't gonna lie about that. Okay, they put 50 million behind it. The images, the pictures of Africa, that was beautiful. The training sequences, I like that a lot. But for the most part, man, it was typical. It was a movie for black women. And and as I watched it, I said to myself, okay, it's not my cup of tea, but it's not bad, And I kind of, after a while, because what it does, it talks about the circumstances and the situations that black women go through, and in a universal level, it does put a little 2 on the 10 on the shit. But it's not for me, it's for them. So as I watched it, I started to feel like a bitch. I said, man, I sit up here, I done fell in line with the program online, and people talking about this, well, okay, it's the woman king, they trying to undermine the black male, but not as if the black male needs any aid or abetting in undermining themselves. But I understand that, that things seem to be catered toward black women, but our nature as black men, we are programmed to cater toward the black women, at least, once upon a time in a traditional, level of the village sense. No longer is it an honor to protect, provide, and, protect and provide, protect and add provision to a woman is no longer a benefit to add some type of knowledge, because what the woman does, the woman processes knowledge, and in turn takes that knowledge and builds it into wisdom. So there's no longer are we called upon to spread our knowledge. Our knowledge is a criticism toward the black woman, so to speak, because I do see a lot of criticism toward the black woman, much to the point where niggas is buying passports and flying outside the country to get away from black women. I say we live in opposite world. Once, when I was in my early 20s and 30s and shit, I was trying to run to the women, but that's not what this about. The woman king, it is what it was. There was some, in the name of creativity, there was creative license. There was some pretty exaggerated events, and I guess they tied that into some form of there was a soothsayer, there was a medium, a medium. Fortune teller per se. She used her beans or something of that nature to view the future, and she was able to tell the main character that you're going to meet someone from your past, and this is going to happen, and these astronomical coincidences occurred. I'm not going to be too specific because you may want to watch this for yourself. I just say, let me see what time it is. Oh yeah, let me get to this part. Now I also said before I saw the movie, I said, now tell me there's not a complicated Caucasian love interest within the movie. They slid a curveball on me with it. They put a mulatto in it. Nah, they put a mixed guy in it. I guess he was supposed to represent part of, he coincidentally was from the young warrior's hometown. He was coincidentally under the homie, and his mother had recently passed. He said, "Son, you must return to the homeland and see the homeland." And and then there was the romanticism of that. He had a cross on his neck, and and the young female warrior, she was looking at it in curiosity, and she held it, and then this is not, fellas, let these women have this fucking movie, man. I'm telling you, y'all really sound sus. Arguing too much, and then when the blue check celebrities got in on the support of the movie, I said, now I know I got to watch it, because I know they really on some bullshit with it. But if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it, man. I took one for the team and I watched it. I can say I survived beyond it. I can say that y'all niggas is, to a degree, y'all absolutely correct. But it's not the it's not the grand crashing of black society as what it stands that's left of it. It's just merely some more, white finance propaganda by way of Hollywood. It's Black Panther, whatever. I don't know what y'all expect to get from them people that's supposed to somehow empower y'all. It's fucking white, Caucasian, Ashkenazi, Jewish finance, Hollywood shit that's behind it. We want our black representation. Black representation. Yeah, you hear that? Give me our black representation. But they also have to get something out of it for themselves. They don't put money behind. They don't put good money in order to get bad results for themselves. I can't enjoy things either because I see too deep behind them. Yeah. We're too woke. Too fucking woke lately. That's what that is, I reckon. But yeah, man, let me go ahead and get prepared to go pick my royal cotton candy, land on the master candy. Y'all don't recognize, we live underneath the royal caste system, where those people who are considered white are at the upper tier of that caste system, while those who are considered black or negro folk are considered at the absolute bottom. It's a prison system. We may not be behind the walls in the bars or something like that, but I got my assignment for today. I got my assignment. You boy, you better get in there and do that job, because you got to pay that rent. You got to pay you got to pay for your slave quarters, boss. Pick that rope. Yeah, thank you very much, Sister Lily. I hope you enjoy your day as well. But man, do we have other more pressing issues to discuss and put our passion behind? African American, black, nigger folks, behind some you can call them feminists, you can call it whatever, divestors, what have you, some other folks' movie. If women can get something out of it, and they can enjoy it, because too many people saying they enjoy it, and I don't want to be that dickhead, because like I said, I'm campaigning for Simp of the Year 2022. I don't want them girls to be mad. I don't want the women folks to be mad at me. I prefer when they nice to me. Peace and love, y'all. I got to go.